pagans are always telling me about our hypocrisy and our condemnation and our greed and our guilt-producing teaching. And they say they're not going to be a part of it. And I always want to say, you don't know nothing. You don't have the foggiest idea. I can tell you stories. I can tell you stories that would curl your toes about what the church has done to people I love and what the church has done to me. But I love her. What's with that? I love the church. God help me. I used to love the part that was us, the part that was pure, the part that was faithful. And that's before I read Stephen Tompkins' little book, The Short History of the Christian Church. I have in my library all the volumes of Schaff's History of the Christian Church, multi-volume, 18 billion of them, and I've read them. I have Kenneth Scott Latteret's book, The History of the Church, all 1,500 pages, and I've read that. In my library, I have Williston Walker's book, 800 pages of church history, and I've read that. But somebody gave me Tompkins' book, A Short History of the Church, and the manure was in one place. And I tell you, man, I thought, that's our heritage. That's us. That's why Augustine, for instance. Augustine's our guy, in case you don't know it theologically. He's the place where we who are Reformed Calvinists go. I mean, Augustine's something else. If you haven't read the Confessions, you've missed one of the great books of Western civilization. As you know, he was reprobate, involved with mistresses and sexual debauchery, and then he became a Christian. And there's a wonderful story about the time that his mistress saw him downtown, and he saw her, and he turned and started running. And she said, Augustine, Augustine, it is I. And Augustine looked back over his shoulder and said, yes, but it is not I. I've told that story for years. Let me tell you the rest of the story. She wasn't looking for sex. She was looking for food. They had a son together. And she wanted him to acknowledge their son and give them something to eat. What's with that? When he did his confessions, he confessed to stealing apples when he wasn't hungry, but he never mentioned his son. I love Augustine. Augustine or us. Augustine is the church, and Calvin. Everybody knows we worship at his altar. You ever heard the name of Servetus? He was a Baptist, and Calvin burned him at the stake. What's with that? I said that in one place, and a guy in the back raised his hand and said, yeah, but he deserved it. And I know he went before the town council and he pleaded for mercy, but he was the one that put him on that stake and burned him. What about that? I love John Calvin. I read the Institutes and I move so deeply I can't tell you. John Calvin or us. John Calvin is the church, and the church or us.